we have Sherlock Holmes. He's kind of a London-based consulting detective, and his abilities go to the border of fantastic. Astute logical reasoning, the ability to adopt any disguise, and well, his ability to use forensic science to solve any kind of case.
Dr. Watson, former surgeon of the 5th Regiment of Fusiliers of Northumberland, he was shot there and returned to London, where he met Sherlock Holmes. He became Sherlock Holmes' assistant, and there, as his assistant, proved to be brave and resilient, and then became quite helpful and quite loyal to Sherlock Holmes.
Gregory, poet and anarchist, able to convince and manipulate people and make them work for him or with him. A very competitive anarchist who never wants to be defeated under his discussions.
He's the mysterious, bold, cold, and brave detective from the Continental Agency of Investigation of San Francisco, whose name we'll never know. Characterized by his ambiguous moral and his questionable methods, the Continental OP will always be the best option to solve any crime.
The protagonists from the detective or police novels try to solve crimes, mysteries, and all types of puzzles using 3 different methods: analysis, deduction, and observation. All of the police and detective novels belong to the literary genre, and they emerged in the 19th century. In this type of novels, we, the readers, magnify the protagonist with whom we feel identified. With the reader and the character, a bond is created. The reader lives step-by-step the investigation as a first participant. The police novels may or not may be in a chronological order. Some of the greatest writers of this genre are Agatha Christie, the Queen of Crime, Arthur Conan Doyle, and Dashiell Hammett.
A Story in Scarlet is a story narrated by Dr. John Watson after he is returned to London after being shot. He meets Detective Sherlock Holmes and they agree to share an apartment. As they share an apartment, Sherlock Holmes is consulted by the inspectors Lestrade and Harrison from Scotland Yard, who have found a body that has been poisoned in an empty house. Sherlock Holmes agrees to help them and takes Dr. Watson with him, and there his life is changed forever.
Red Harvest is an interesting and violent story of the Continental OP, a detective who arrives to the city of Poisonville after being hired by a millionaire inhabitant who got murdered without leaving any reasons of calling the detective. Our protagonist will face with great ability the different enemies in the around this city. The character reaches a point in which he won't be only faithful to him.
Everything in Gregory's story is about the union of two protagonists. Everything starts when Gregory tries to make Syme join to his plans and his team, so then he can become a spy, and his objective was to infiltrate with the anarchists. This is what the two main characters involve themselves to make the story until they start mistrusting each other and this starts becoming problems.
Intellectual ability for of the principal character. During the whole book, which is Studying Scarlet, he started making this deduction. He never goes very quick in the conclusion. When he says something, he has to be very, very, very certain that happened, because he has to observe, he has to think, he has to do a lot of things. But when he gets to a conclusion, there is no other way that things could happen. There is no other possible solution. He's just a great mind, and as he referred to every kind of great mind, to a great mind, nothing is little.
The agent from the Continental Agency of Investigation is a very clever man. You can never tell if he's on your side or if he is investigating you. The way he processes the information is a result of years of experience. He can see things that most of the people can't see. The agent keeps analyzing suspects to discover the real purposes of the criminals he encounters with. His observation skills can be compared with the ones of Sherlock Holmes, the mystical English detective.
Syme knows his way with words. He knows about speeching, he knows about poetry, he knows about winning people in lying. So it wasn't a problem for him to win the respect of his fellow anarchists. So he ends up being one of the main council anarchist members, and he wins the respect and the credibility to be one of the best anarchists, although he was a policeman. Also, the other 5 members knew all this, knew how to speak, knew how to talk, and also they became member council. So Syme was a very intelligent man, and maybe that was his flaw.
A study in Scarlet evolves around Holmes and Watson's attempt to solve a particularly strange murder case that couldn't be solved by the inspectors of Scotland Yard, Lestrade and Gregerson.
Red Harvest is mainly focused on the investigation of a weird murder case. After finding out that several people are involved in this crime, a bloody battle will break, and everyone will look forwards to survive and take the control of the person.
So, the second characteristic, Sunday. He was recruiting people for the police to throw anarchists. So, now is the plot twist. The discovery that changed it all. Policeman. Why didn't the policeman knew that Sunday was working with them? We don't know that. You have to read the book. That is the plot twist. That is the discovery of the book. The discovery of the book is when Syme finds out that every single one of the people he's working with and working to throw out and working to turn in the police, they're his allies, not his enemies.
Sherlock Holmes is an eccentric. He has no regard for tidiness or good order. He is able to lie to the police and break the law, even concealing evidence. And he also likes to show off. He will make elaborate traps to show off in front of Watson and inspectors Lestrade and Gregerson.
The Continental Agency of Investigation would take drastic measurements against our agent if they knew the method the agent has been using in order to clean the city poison. Through the story, we can clearly see how he starts becoming the kind of man he wants to stop. For him, a life becomes almost insignificant. Many of his methods are questionable. For example, he turned the criminals of Poisonville against each other, which led to the murder of the chief police Nude.
Gregory believed in the anarchy. That's the reason he acted the way he did. He tries not to live under the rules, neither down the command of someone. That's the reason why the people who are in the anarchist group, though all of them has names based in wicked names, are looking for that and start making plans to achieve this. Time is the poet.
Why should we read literature? It's quite simple. Literature is a gateway to other worlds. When you read literature, you have the opportunity of living stories that are out of the reach of this world. When you read literature, words mean more than we can explain. Pages stop being pages, and they transform into the possibility of becoming someone else and living like we should like to live. Literature enables our minds and imaginations to fly, and let us be in two different places at the same time. Basically, literature let us get away from our daily lives.
We can transport ourselves to another person's mind, and inside that mind we can have access to everything he thinks, everything he motivates him, everything he has accomplished, everything he has imagined, everything that he could be. So when we are reading, we are not us, we're other people's thoughts, and we reinterpret our thoughts after we have already read. We read a book, we're not the same person anymore. So I think that maybe the same book cannot be read by the same person. What do you think?
So, why read literature? It's very easy. Because if you don't read, and if you don't understand these type of things, if you don't read stories about people getting so in their mind, so in their idea, that they can't see another thing, you'll end up doing the same. If you do that, you'll just waste time. Because all the operation of science, if you think about it, it's a waste of time. Everyone is in the same side. They think they're so smart that something like that couldn't happen. So you have to think. If you want to read and make your time worth a while, you can choose not to read and recapacitate about the things that you're doing, that you have done, and you're gonna do. This book is literature because it makes you think about how dumb a very smart person can be, how flawless an operation can be if you think you're smart enough to overthrow them. So, why these guys were wrong? Because they think, they knew in their head they were right. And nothing could change that. So why is this literature?